You guys ready for the next comedian? Yeah? How about a little more energy? You guys ready? You guys are one of my favorite crowds so far, for sure. All right, this next guy, you've seen him before. He's a co-produces the show with me. You guys are having a good time. Put your hands together. Very, very funny. Bear Love. I gotta move this. Hippies are a little clumsy. How we doing, Golden? Most of you have seen me at Safeway or out somewhere on the streets. Who's seen me out there? Who was the one who thought I was homeless and gave me a Pop-Tart? Bless your heart. Pop-Tart was delicious. I'm just joking. My name is Bear. I've always been called Bear. Unless I was hitchhiking through Mexico, they all thought my name was Beer. Beer? And I'd say, no, Bear. So I'd have to say it in Spanish, which is oso. And all of them made the same joke. They looked at me one time, they said, oso? Oso polar? Polar bear. Yeah, so yes, I guess that's right. So actually, I was down there at a party in Cabo San Lucas. Who's ever partied in Mexico? Gets a little rowdy. We ended up adopting someone. Yeah, actually, this 19-year-old kid started following us around at this party, and he was from America. He's from LA. And we are hanging out with him for a couple weeks at this party, and then he ends up hitchhiking back with us to the border. And we're all walking past the border, and he goes, okay, guys, I'll catch up. And we're like, what the fuck? And crazy part of the story, he just got deported from America. I was on my way to go surfing in San Diego. I was feeling pretty lucky, so I was like, what the fuck, dude? All right, where are we going? And I found out he was doing something very stupid. He got arrested and did some stupid stuff and got kicked out of the country. And he said he had to go to his uncle's house, which he hasn't been to since he was 2, which was my Mazatlan, which is 3 days if you're doing this. And so I said, okay, I'm going to go sell my computer, and I'm going to take you to your uncle's house. So you can look at this joke one of 2 ways. If you're a Trump supporter, I took one of them home for you. If you're a bleeding heart liberal, I took that poor 19-year-old kid to his uncle's house. And he knew how to speak Spanish, and I was big, so we were good traveling partners down there. And I didn't want to go back to my mortgage job. So it was perfect timing to get rid of that computer. I sold my computer, had $500 to do this whole trip. Dame un aventón, necesito ride. I need a ride. The way of the airplane means hitchhiking. And so, crazy thing. So we went through the whole place. I got to the peyote field. That's a different story. The guy in the peyote field had a picture with Matthew McConaughey. He was like, all right. So, but who knows what reggaeton music is? Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-da-da, boom, ba-dum, boom, boom, ba-da-da. Okay, I was loving Mexico, but I thought that was like the new song, but it was the genre. I guess every song just has to have that beat and then somebody yelling something I didn't understand over top of it. So I literally returned to America to get an iPod. I like my own music. I could deal with 2 months of reggaeton, and I headed home to the land of the free. But down there, you could ride with the minivan's sliding door open. It was more free down there. But I had to come back for our music. All right. So I get back to America, and, I see that Colorado legalized pot. Kind of put me out of a job. But, us hippies, we get a little paranoid about the government looking in on our lives. And now that pot's legal, I'm just not so scared of Big Brother looking in on my life all the time. But I wish they would give us some stats. Am I really the worst driver in Denver? Or is that just what my ex-girlfriend says? Which, side note, a little bit of a success for a comedian. My ex-girlfriend actually paid to hear me speak last week at a comedy show. I could never get a word in. So yeah, I totally forgot what I was saying. So I wish that they would give us some stats, though. Like, am I in the top 1% of laying in bed while I text, I'm on the way? I want to know. Like, my numbers are high. What am I talking about? So you guys legalize weed. Nobody tells you what happened to the weed man, the one that made it out. He delivers pizza now. DoorDash. And all these kids with their snowboard lights on the top of their roof, It's looking like police lights. You're slowing down your food. Okay, so now I want to look into the past because they say that you can look into the past of the golden era. That was the 1950s in America, and you can see how the times were doing by looking a little bit into the entertainment. So I want to see, how's our generation doing against the golden era of America? All right, let's look at the first song on the list. We got Gene Kelly, I'm singing in the rain. Okay, if you saw somebody back in the day singing in the rain in their suit, that's doing good. But today, if you go down to Colfax and you hear somebody singing in the rain, are they doing good? Or are they under the influence of methamphetamine? Okay, now I'm not going to judge one generation by one song. We've got another song. My grandma's favorite, Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. If you go down 16th Street Mall and you hear somebody singing, whatever will be, they might be in foreclosure. All right, you guys, we have a fun show. We got Dave Williamson in from LA. You guys have a good night. I love you. Bear love. Let me hear bear love. All right.